under sail, and we're doing about a 3-hour passage over to Isla Tortugas, and it should be a really nice calm anchorage. There's supposed to be some snorkeling there, and looking forward to our first night in Costa Rica.
After bareboat sailing 7 days in the Sea of Cortez, we've now flown south to join our friends Nicky and Peter once again aboard SV Resolute, their Beneteau First 50. We first sailed aboard Resolute from San Diego to Cabo, and now they've made it all the way to Costa Rica, where we're again joining them for the passage south toward Panama for the next 8 days.
The morning has been spent fixing the engine. So we've got to eat up these bananas, huh?
Yeah.
And it's now starting to heat up here. It's getting really hot. Well, hot for us Seattleites. And there's only really one way to cool off. For our first couple days, we're going to explore the Gulf of Nicoya at the northwestern end of the country.
There are a lot of little islands that are very tropical, and they have all sorts of different trees on them. Some palms, some... I don't know the names of all the trees yet. I'm going to learn that, but I assume there's tons of wildlife on them, because last night I heard lots of birds on the island and beautiful butterflies so far. I saw a whale this morning, and there were dolphins off our bow yesterday, so that was really neat.
So we are here in Isla San Lucas and going to shore. We're going to do a little dinghy checkout of this bay. All right, we have an update. We made it back to the boat, but not before being pulled over, if you would say, from a park ranger. It appears that this area is San Lucas Island National Park, and you typically are not allowed to anchor here, and they do charge visitors to come into the park. But we were able to speak to the park ranger from the dinghy, who did say for just this one night we could stay here in the anchorage. And then in the morning at 8:30 when they open, we're going to go to shore and check out the park and pay our park fee. I guess that's the important part.
But first, it's time to batten down the hatches as we're introduced to our first of many nights of squalls and rain.
It's a new day, and we are headed again for a second attempt to go to Isla San Lucas, now knowing that it's a national park. So we're going to go and do the park trails and see what's here. I understand that there used to be a notorious prison. Oh, how many people died in here?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, it smells like death.
More.
So this was Costa Rica's Alcatraz, where the worst of the worst were housed. Supposedly they didn't last long after being sent here.
They had this section which we thought was a cistern for water, no fresh water, and they don't even collect water. And it was for solitary confinement, and the temperature was 60 degrees. And they said typically if somebody did survive after 2 hours, they put food down this little hole, but most people did not survive, and they only served them salt water. No margaritas.
Even though we've been having so much rain, this is actually the dry season here in Costa Rica, and we're actually in kind of a drier area of the country. The rainforests are actually a little further inland, and I'm just really surprised here that this area is actually so dry looking. I really expected it to be more tropical.
Also surprising to us is the amount of plastic washing up on the shores. Even though the country severely limits the sale and use of disposable plastic containers, with up to 10-foot tides, it's difficult to keep up with what floats in from the sea.
Our next anchorage in the Gulf of Nicoya, less than 2 hours south, is Isla Cedros. There are a couple beach bars, and it looks like a floating restaurant here. So we're gonna do a little paddle boarding, go to shore, and maybe we'll get some pina coladas. While this popular local hangout, Restaurante Flotante, farms its own fish, it also has some unusual items on the menu. It's a lime, but it's an orange lime.
Orange lime. It's a specific. We bought them one day not knowing what we were getting. Kind of interesting.
Delicioso. The orange limes are actually a hybrid between a mandarin orange and a lemon. Perfect to go with fresh caught ceviche.
After leaving the Gulf of Nicoya, we now have a full day's passage south to Capos, world-renowned for sport fishing and its National Wildlife Preserve. And after about a 9-hour passage, sailing actually most of the way, we're arriving in Capos. So we originally saw a wind forecast of 0 to 5 knots for the entire way, but actually after we rounded the point, we ended up with about 17 to 22 knots. The seas were a little rough, but we made it, no problem. And now it's Capos.
But we're not here for the fishing.
The best coconut, Costa Rica.
All right.
Pura vida.
Right, how is it?
Ah, delicioso. We're taking a short shuttle ride to Manuel Antonio National Park to see monkeys, macaws, and sloths.
Yeah, Plaza goes this way.
And so as not to have to wait in line, we reserved tickets a couple days before with a private guide.
Here in Costa Rica, they do have security checks when you come into places like this, but they're checking for plastic, not for weapons or things like they would in the United States.
Another advantage of hiring a guide, his telescopic viewer and keen eye at seeing what otherwise seems completely hidden in the jungle. King snake.
We find it.
Today's passage is from Capos to Bahia Drake. It's about an 8-hour passage. Not really expecting any wind, so it's going to be a big, long motor. But once we're at Bahia Drake, it looks like it'll be late in the day, the wind's going to pick up, and it's also supposed to have a lot of extra swell that comes into this anchorage.
Like many of the country's coastal towns, Bahia Drake has a thriving ecotourism industry. With rustic lodging, jungle tours, fishing pangas, markets, and a number of open-air bars and restaurants.
I'm really tired.
So we are at the National Broadcast Station here, interviewing.
Well, I'm really tired, so I needed to sit in this tire chair.
Yes, it is very tiring.
But our plan for the next day is to take a boat tour 12 miles offshore to Isla del Cano for a guided scuba and snorkel dive with the sharks.
Well, it is a cloudy day, so we don't have a lot of light to see stuff in the water, but the water is really warm. It is raining so hard.
Oh my God.
We're getting drenched. It's kind of weird feeling the rain on your back. After 2 nights here at Bahia Drake, we're on to our last big passage down to Puerto Jimenez. And that is just a short ways from Golfito, which is the end of the line for this boat. That's where it's going to get hauled out of the water, put on another ship, and shipped through the canal over to Florida. So the forecast today is for 0 to 5 knots of wind and potentially rain all day. So far it's okay, but we've got a long ways to go. Here's the coconut. We just cracked it open, poured out the coconut juice, and now they're gonna try it. Oh, really?
Oh, it's disgusting.
What's it taste like?
Soap and kombucha.
I don't know, it just tastes
really bad.
Okay, maybe the...
Yeah, Jim.
Did it go
Try
bad?
it. Here, see if you like it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you have to try it. You have to
No,
try it.
I'm not trying.
Try it. It's
Not
not
after
that
that.
bad. Just try it.
Yeah, soap.
It's like stale.
It's bad. It's gone bad.
Yeah.
The problem? We didn't put the lime in the coconut. So it looks like we're going to be sharing this anchorage with the Windstar.
For most of our passages, we have not seen another cruising sailboat. But now, the granddaddy of sailing cruise ships suddenly crosses our path. This ship transits the Panama Canal en route north to the Gulf of Nicoya on a 9-day cruise.
It's our last day on the trip. We're in Puerto Jimenez, and we are going to breakfast this morning. Last night it just poured and thunderstormed, and we got drenched. But this morning is beautiful and calm and sunny, and it's already really warm. It's 7:20 in the morning, and it's probably 85 degrees. We're gonna go explore the little village here, and then go to Golfito in mid-morning, and we will be picked up at 2 o'clock to take us to Panama.
We are headed into Golfito, the last stop for SV Resolute in Costa Rica, and the last stop for us before we head on back to Panama and then back home. SV Resolute will be here probably another week or two before the boat is picked up on a ship-carrying ship from this very port and taken to Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
And as Resolute gets shipped through the Panama Canal to Fort Lauderdale, we will taxi from here down to the Panama border, walk across, then taxi another couple of hours to the city of David, where we can then catch a flight back to Seattle. But for now, we say goodbye to Peter and Nicky, Resolute, and sailing the Pacific coast of Costa Rica. To catch all of our adventures, click to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at SailingSVIndigo.